Welcome back to Spirit and Truth Yoga, the place that you can bring God onto your mat. Today, we're going to focus on feeling heavy. If you are feeling heavy today, or the past couple weeks, this is the practice for you. As I'm recording winter, and whether it just be the weather or being cooped up inside, or maybe life is challenging and burdensome, you're feeling burdened by the world. Today, we're going to focus on feeling light, getting some of that air flowing, focusing on lifting our hearts towards God and heaven. So I hope that this can shake loose some of those cobwebs or just set free some of those things that are entangling you, and you can feel light as you peel yourself off of your mat and enter back into the world. So grab your mat and let's get going. Okay, so let's get started. Find your way to a grounding posture, whatever you prefer. You can come to child's pose with your hips resting on your ankles. Or you can come all the way down to like a crocodile pose, belly completely on the mat, making a pillow with your arms, just resting your forehead. We're just going to take the first couple moments, wherever you are, to settle in, to connect with your mat, to try to still your mind. And the scripture that came to mind as we're focusing on airiness and letting go some of this heaviness for me was Psalm 42, verse 11. Why, my soul, are you so downcast? Why so disturbed within me? Put your hope in God, for I will yet praise him, my Savior and my God. Maybe identifying here at the beginning of your practice if you're feeling a heaviness. Maybe you don't know why. Maybe it just seems to be the season, a lack of sleep, fatigue. Maybe your soul feels burdened. Whatever it may be, maybe identifying that feeling or obstacle, taking it to God and just setting it at his feet, trying to leave it with him, maybe taking a moment just to pray, and trying to find a way to stillness, connecting with your breath, cutting off mouth breathing, trying to breathe in and out of your nose, noticing with your inhales, your belly pressing against your thighs, your mat, dropping towards the mat. Exhaling, trying to push all of that staleness, any of those things that don't serve you, that aren't glorifying to God, letting go of those burdens with your exhales. Just continuing with that for a couple of rounds of breath. Breathing in fresh, light air. Breathing out those heavy burdens. Embracing the sensation of your body, almost filling with fresh, new air, feeling light on your mat, light in your mind. And wherever you are, making your way up to a tabletop position slowly, with control, bringing your knees underneath your hips, your hands below your shoulders. We're going to start with some rounds of cat-cow. A lot of our practice today will be about lifting, like lifting high towards God. So on an inhale, dropping your belly, lifting your hips, your chin, coming into cow, and exhaling, really rounding that back, really focusing on lifting, lifting, lifting. Staying here for a moment, seeing how high you can make that sort of Halloween cat shape with your back. And inhaling, coming back to cow. Lifting your chin, lifting your hips. Feeling your neck opening. Exhaling, feeling sort of that middle of your back lifting up toward the ceiling. Following your breath. Inhaling to cow. You can stay in each of these as long as you like. Exhaling to cat. Just feeling this fluid motion. Trying to allow your brain to just escape into your breath, fully occupied by your body's movements, not distracted by the world, the day. After your next cat, coming into a table pose. Here from your table, kicking out straight back behind you, your left foot, like you're pressing the space behind you away. You can stay here or add in a balancing right arm, stretching out, drawing your core toward your spine, finding length. You can stay here or add in a tiger pose. Once again, really focusing on lifting. If you're coming into tiger, reaching back for your foot, kicking your foot into your hand. Wherever you are, just focusing on lifting high. Hebrews 12, 1-3 says that we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses. Let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles. Kicking that foot back out wherever you are, returning back to a tabletop position. Adding a bit of a sway from side to side. We're going to focus today on kicking off those hindrances. We get so easily entangled by our worries, our day, stress, just that heaviness of life the winter can bring us. Finding your way back to neutral, trying to let go of those burdens. On an exhale, kicking your right foot back. Staying here if that's where you stayed on the opposite side, or adding in that left hand, adding in that tiger pose by reaching for your back foot. Hebrews 12 is talking about that cloud of witnesses in heaven that's watching down, cheering for you wherever you are, feeling cheered on by the angels and God in heaven, setting your mind there, reminding yourself that I am heavenward. This world is not my home, shaking off the things that tangle us up here, setting your gaze to the grandstands of heaven, feeling rooted on, supported, the lightness that can bring you, the energy, wherever you are coming out of it, coming back to your table. Once again, bringing a little bit of movement here. We're going to take a assisted side plank here. So kick your left foot out again behind you. Then drop it straight down so that you come down on the inside of your left foot. Swing your right ankle toward the outside of your mat. Really opening up here. Lifting through your hips like someone's grabbing your belt loop, pulling it up. Bring your gaze up to your fingertips. You can stay here, add in a balancing leg. You can stay there, add in grabbing your foot, opening your heart center towards the ceiling. Wherever you are, focus tall. Once again, drawing your mind towards that grandstand of heaven, cheering you on, lifting your body towards it, your soul towards it. Coming out of it wherever you are. Find your way to a plank pose. Both palms on the ground below your shoulders. Balls of the feet resting, lifting through your core. Holding here for a breath. Bring your breath in here. Exhaling, lowering down all the way to the mat, coming to a sphinx pose. Bringing your elbows below your shoulders. Closing your eyes. Opening up through your shoulders, opening your chest. Lifting tall through the crown of your head. Connect with your breath. And just check in. Seeing if you can free yourself a little bit more from those entanglements. Noticing your belly pressing against the mat. Exhaling to lower all the way down. We're going to take locust pose, bringing your chin to the mat, drawing your legs together and your palms alongside so that they're facing one another, touching your thighs. On an inhale, peeling up off the mat as far as you're able, peeling your thighs, your chest, so that just your abdomen is resting on the mat, connecting with your breath, observing your whole body almost, feeling that heat and that energy building, waking you up, waking your organs up. Breathing deeply. Can you peel yourself a little higher? And exhaling, lowering all the way down, bringing your palms below your shoulders, flipping your toes to press up into your first downward dog. Pedaling out your feet. Just breathing here. Coming to stillness. Connecting with your breath. Slowly, with control, begin to lower your knees to the mat, using core energy to lower back into a tabletop pose. When you're ready, we're going to kick that right foot out. Once again, taking that assisted, supported side plank, kicking your right foot out, bringing it to rest on the inside of your right foot, swinging your left ankle towards the outer edge of your mat, and opening up through your right fingertips, reaching them toward the ceiling. Really feeling that belt loop lifting. Your hips are pulling up toward the ceiling. Nice, tall. Fixing your gaze heavenward. Lifting your body as if it were urging to get there. Drawing your mind to those that are cheering you on. If you added your foot balancing foot, do so now. If you reached for that foot, whatever you did on the opposite side. And breathe, bringing your breath into coming out the same way that you came in, wherever you took your expression, lowering that foot down, finding your way back to a plank, and shifting your hips up to a downward dog. Reconnecting with your breath if you lost it. Drawing your mind up, shaking free any of those burdens, those things entangling you. And finding your way to the front of your mat. Hanging forward in a forward fold. Allowing your body to be heavy. And slowly, with control, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Rolling your shoulders back. Lifting your chin slowly. Holding in your mind's eye whatever you feel like is entangling you. Even if it's just a sluggishness that you can't seem to shake. Holding that in your mind and then physically shaking your hands out, trying to let it go. Taking a rich inhale after letting all that go. Inhaling newness and light and air as if you were grabbing the sun. Interlacing your fingers at the top, pointer finger and thumb pressed together, and on it, the right side of your mat. Feeling your left side body opening, your ribs. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling towards the left side of your mat. We are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses. Let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles. Inhale, find your way to center. Exhaling your hands to heart center at prayer. Pressing your thumbs into your chest, lifting tall through the crown of your head. Bringing into mind the light, both physical and bright, but also that airiness of heaven, of God. And I want that to consume you as we do a few half. Just allowing your mind to be consumed and float almost through these. I'll cue you a little bit, but try to follow along with the video and really just float your way as a feather would in a breeze through these, finding an airiness to your emotions. So inhaling, we take up lots of space, coming up, reaching toward the sky, exhaling to fold. Inhaling, coming up halfway with a flat back. Exhaling to fold. Inhaling, we rise, taking up lots of space. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Floating, moving along. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Following along with your breath. Try to do 3 or 4 of these on your own. If you don't do them perfectly, it doesn't matter. Just trying to consume your body with your breath and the movement. Stilling your mind. Just floating along. I'm going to do one more, and we'll meet in a standing prayer. Meeting in standing prayer. Whenever you get there, closing your eyes, connecting with your breath, connecting with your God. Isaiah 40 verse 31, those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Floating, soaring, flying on the air. Inhaling, sweeping arms up. Exhaling to fold, diving all the way down, framing your feet with your fingers, stepping back with your left foot, coming into a low or high lunge, completely up to you. Finding your anchor before you choose your hand position. If you'd like to join me, interlacing your fingers, pointing your pointer finger and your thumbs, really reaching tall. You can do this in a low or high lunge. We're really focusing on lifting as you ground yourself, lifting your center line through your fingertips, pulling you tall. Connecting with your breath. Exhaling, releasing your hands to the mat, stepping back into plank. Breathing here, feeling waking you up, giving you energy, lowering all the way down to the mat, or coming to a cobra pose or a up dog. Lowering again, and we'll meet in a downward dog. Looking to the space between your hands, stepping your left foot forward this time, taking whatever lunge you took on the opposite side, high or low, finding your anchor before you move, finding your hand position, and just settling in. Feeling a lightness, a calmness of mind, connecting with your breath as you settle into your body. Exhaling, allowing your fingertips to fall so that you can step up to a forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Keep going. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Swan diving forward, framing your feet with your hands, stepping back with your left foot again. This time preparing for warrior one. Your foot will fall at a 90 or 45 degree angle with your hips facing the front of your mat. Once again, finding your anchor before you move and rising up with your core into warrior one. Pulling open through your right knee, allowing it to fan open towards your pinky toe and dropping into that knee. Staying here or taking a heart opener by interlacing your fingers behind your back. Allowing your face, your gaze to go toward the heavens, lifting heart center toward the ceiling. Returning back to your traditional warrior one position. And exhaling to fold, straightening your front right knee, coming into pyramid pose, pulling your hips towards the back of your mat, allowing your chin to draw above your shin. Pivoting your feet to the side of your mat, rotating your foot into a wide leg forward fold, falling heavy. Staying here, or once again, adding that heart opener, interlacing your fingers, opening up your shoulders, your chest. If you took the heart opener, carefully unwinding And walking your fingertips to the opposite side of your mat, preparing to take warrior one on this side. So your toes will face the back of your mat this time. Your heels should be in line, settling into your knee and rising up to your warrior one. Nice and tall, lifting high as you drop into your front left knee, pulling that knee towards the pinky toe, pressing through the outer edge of your back foot. Once again, if you took the heart opener, taking it on this side, interlacing your fingers, opening your shoulders, drawing your gaze up, adding a bit of a back bend, reminding yourself that you are heavenward. The things of this life that entangle you are not your purpose. They do not have mastery over you. Feeling that glory, that victory, that celebration, the energy and lightness of heaven, all of that it has to offer you. Returning to warrior one. Exhaling, releasing your fingertips to the mat. Falling over that straight left leg. Taking pyramid pose. Connecting with your breath. And drawing yourself up. Pivoting your feet. We're going to take some balancing pose, or a balancing pose here. So finding your way to the center of your mat, or the front of your mat, but for your sake on the camera, I'll do it here. We're going to take palm tree pose. So you're going to be balancing on the balls of your feet. Inhaling, sweeping arms up. Finding a focal point, a drishti, something to occupy your mind. Connecting with your breath. Balancing poses are awesome for finding stillness, finding peace. And here we're lifted, lifting tall and airy, thinking of a palm tree, blowing in the breeze. Connecting with your breath. If you fall, just being gracious with yourself, coming back into it. Or just choosing to stand in mountain pose if you've had enough. Coming out whenever you're ready, under control, and finding a seated position on your mat. I'm going to just do some twists. Finding an easy seated position. Inhaling, reaching tall, and exhaling, twisting over your left knee, allowing your right arm to create some leverage as your left arm is a bit of a kickstand. On an inhale, reaching tall through the crown of your head, and exhaling to twist, seeing if your gaze can fall a little bit further behind you. Way back to center. Inhale, reaching arms up. Exhaling to twist, taking that twist on the opposite side. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling to twist. And unwinding. Finding your way to your back for our inversion. If you're able to do a shoulder stand, I would encourage you to do that. I think it's perfect for this practice. But for our practice today, we're going to do a bridge pose. So finding your way all the way onto your back. Your ankles below your knees. Your palms pressing into the mat alongside of your hips. And when you're ready, we're going to press down into your feet. Peeling your hips off of the mat as high as you're able. You really want to feel the weight of your body shifting towards your shoulders, but keeping that weight out of your neck. Once again, we're focusing on airiness, a lightness of body. Inversions are great for changing our minds as the blood flow is all now redirected toward your brain, opening it up to new opportunities, perspectives, and prospects. Taking one more rich inhale. Can you come a little further? Can you peel a little higher up off to your mat? And exhaling one vertebrae at a time, releasing it, pressing it into the mat, taking care. Hugging your knees to your chest. Preparing for our brief Shavasana, a moment of stillness. Finding your way to lie flat on your mat. Making yourself comfortable. Giving yourself the permission to be completely still. For our Shavasana practice, I thought I could do a guided meditation focusing on the airiness. Imagine you step into an elevator inside of your body. You step into this elevator in your right foot. The doors close. You begin to journey up your leg, past your hips, through your abdomen, your chest, your neck, your head. The elevator leaves through the crown of your head. You float above your body, observing it lying in stillness on your mat. You float above the room, above your home, your town, till all you see is earth. You float to the most beautiful sky until all you are is enveloped with bright white light. Isaiah 40, verse 31. Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Wiggling your fingers and toes, waking yourself up from your Shavasana without disturbing the airiness and peace that you created in your practice today. Taking a moment just to roll to one side. Taking a breath for yourself there before finding your way to a seated position with your eyes closed. Taking a minute for meditation. For my meditation practice, I like to journey to what I call my God space. It's a regular mind space that I go to spend time with God. Maybe for you, you take this time to pray, meditate on a verse or a mantra. Or if you'd like, just focus on your breath or a sound or sensation. Taking the next 2 moments to go to that space. Allowing the focus of your meditation to fade. Tying together whatever you discovered in your practice that you can bring into your day. Hopefully a feeling of airiness and lightness. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. Fluttering eyes open and bringing hands to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me with Spirit and Truth Yoga today. I hope that this brings you a lot of airiness and lightness into your day, your week, whatever lies ahead of you. Spirit and Truth Yoga comes from the concept that Jesus teaches us in John 3, that true worshipers must worship in spirit and in truth. And I hope that you could enjoy that a little bit on your mat today. Until next time, namaste.